morning. You know, you keep talking to me like this and looking at me like that. You're going to make me feel some type of way. Yes, you. At Y254 Facebook, Y254 channel on Twitter. Hashtag of the day is Y in the morning. Ni kama mmesema leo show ni yangu. Sitaja. Mimi nakulike. I like talking to you. Now, after this, sitaongea the rest of the day. Maneno sitakuwa zimenisha. So, pale kwa mtandao, tunauliza job gani imeandamaniwa but iko na do. Alafu hapo venye nimevaa, please msizoe nikivaa nguo ndefu hivyo, thanks. It's not an everyday thing. We have just a couple of people, Pablo Moja, I see you, Femins Mbone, Lois Molly, Adisa Faustini, we have John, Wesley Gibson, Kim Z, Isa Mates, and everybody who's watching. I was just telling you, just continue interacting. No, nikikutaja jina, at least you know I'm thinking about you. Yeah, at Y254 on Facebook, hashtag is Y in the morning. My name is still Valentine, if you're wondering, and you can still find me at Color Me Val on everything. And now we are on to a different kind of conversation. We've just concluded one with Marlene on mental health and all those wonderful things. And now we are going to sink in to something more entertainment-like. Are you ready? Let me allow my guests to introduce themselves. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jamani msikia kizungu yote nimeongea. Inaishia hapa studio hapa. Please introduce yourself. Allow me to start with lady.
Okay. My name is Berry Londo. I'm an actress, a stage manager, a production manager. I am a lover of arts.
Stage manager si kazi rahisi.
No. Si kazi rahisi. Actually, no na equate na mtu wa mkono ama kazi ya mjengo. Uko tizi.
But she's not joking. I didn't know you've been a statement. I have so much more respect for you, imagine.
Thank you.
Na deal na actors when you're sometimes tunakuanga na And you are, sir?
Well, my name is Derek Omondi. I'm an actor. I'm a director. I'm also a student at Kenyatta University doing theatre arts and film technology in 4th year currently. Yeah, acting is my thing. It's my passion. Art. I live art. I eat art. I drink art. Yeah, it's just art itself. It's everything to me. Yeah.
Do you think something like art is a profession that's undermined?
It's really undermined, especially in our country right now. But I think it's kind of catching up with time, because we cannot do away with the fact that at least we are making major steps. But still, if you just go to the root cause, maybe deep even in the society, and tell a parent as a child that you want to venture into acting or art, they'll be like, are you really sure this is what you want to do? Yeah.
Hiyo ni kama kuambiwa, ni kama ukishasikia mtu ako in the arts, like also kupita exam.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's why you are doing this.
Yeah.
Shame. So akili is a little bit, but you can entertain. That's why you're doing the arts.
Yeah.
For shame. Arts is a beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing.
True.
All right, so let me ask you, let's transition from the conversation we just had. How do you feel about mental health, especially, let me start with Beru, especially with entertainers? We have this pressure to be happy all the time, especially, you know, because when the limelight, either one way or the other, we are in front of people. And how do you balance, or how do you keep yourself in check? Ndio, usijisahau, juu unaweza shinda ukiwa character, because character and yourself are two different things. You unaweza shinda kwa character ujisahau wewe mwenyewe, by the I'm not happy. But my character is always happy. Alafu kujistukie entertainers possibly have one of the highest suicide rates. So how do we balance?
It's not an easy balance, but I think what we should advocate for more is the derolling session. Because not so many people invest more in derolling, because that is what will help you after the production that you have had. Because when you are in the production, we actors tend to find ourselves going into the deep ends that at times we didn't even know I could reach to certain positions. So derolling is key. Personally, even I made an initiative. I'm actually starting therapy sessions.
Wow.
Because I used to tell myself, maybe now my derolling session will have been, if I finish a production this Sunday, I stay at home either a week or two, not talking to anyone. But all I didn't know is there's now that some part of me that I continue numbing. And now also being a mother, it's even now more.
When mama ya moto. Ukikaa tu hivyo. Guy. Your snapback game, sis.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So, and then before motherhood, I could actually maybe get that moment, but now the kid do not care. I don't care with mommy whether mommy is okay or not. So I have decided to look for therapy sessions, and also my surrounding. I have started being intentional with who I want at my surrounding, at what particular time, and why, and in that space, what am I actually feeding in from you at that particular moment.
All right. And how do you feel about it, Derek?
Well, I think mental health is a major issue, especially to us as artists, you know. I always say that an artist's best friend should always be a therapist, because we are people who we are the most vulnerable people in the society, because an artist most of the time, especially an actor, is not living his own life. Unapata most of the time is always in a constant transition into one character, living the life of another, and it's always a long journey to prepare for a character. So it fully it gets immersed into you. So I think we get affected a lot, and we really forget much about who we really are. And just as Beryl has just said, I think the characterization should always be something which is considered, should always be the last step, because when you come out of a production, the first thing you need to do is to decharacterize for you to go back to being the normal you. But tunapata wengi wetu, we just go back home and we tend to have the impact of whatever we perform there still ruling our life. And you know, we are undergoing a lot of a series of depression, you know, anxiety, a lot of pressure from the society. Life itself is becoming unbearable with the economic drain, you know, so we really get it tough outside there, but most of us don't want to tackle the problem itself. So unapata the major way that we use to get rid of it is go to the next play, get that character which is probably joyful, then you'll think like life is already good. But immediately unatoka kwa ile stage, ushakuwa cheered up by the crowd, you feel like now life is good, they've loved your performance, unarudi back to that home, that bed seat ama kale ka bedroom kako kadogo. When you are now there and lying on that bed is when things start running back again, that life is a total mess to you. And most of us go through a lot of suicidal thoughts that people don't know outside there. So I think the characterization is something that should always be put into a consideration by most of the actors. Yeah.
Do you think also we're prone to substance abuse? Utapata ati sasa wasanii wengi ndio wanakunywanga sana ama ndio wanapendanga sherehe sana, or is just something to do with some type of addiction? Do you think we're prone to it because of
that is true, because
yes,
in the entertainment industry sherehe ni kitu kubwa sana kwa watu wengi wenye wanafanya entertainment. Unapata most of them are using it as a leeway or an escape route from whatever is happening. Not because they want to, not because that they feel it's fun, but life is just pushing them to that direction. They see there's no other way, and they cannot handle things with their like life the way it is in reality. So they have to at least do something to put them in another level, at least where they don't see life as raw as it is, but at least feel a little bit of that illusion of joy, happiness for that single moment, and then it's gone. So now, but when it's gone, now you're back to reality. You don't want to face the reality because it's ugly. So you find another way again to snap back to that illusion again. So people really do abuse drugs and substances in this industry. Yeah. And I think it's a major problem that should always be tackled. Yeah. People should come out, people should talk, people should engage in programs, mentorship programs for young artists that are coming through. It's not even affecting people who are still not making it, even people who have made it. You find that they don't know what, unapata hiyo pesa imekushtua, you don't know what to do with it. So unaona tu ni sherehe maybe to repay the longer life that you lived where things are not okay. So unadhani tu hii pesa iko hapa tunafaa tuisherehekee. You don't think about investing, you don't think about engaging in business, otherwise things that can even better your life, better the society at large. Yes.
Right, but we may have lost you a little bit when you were talking about the therapy session, so maybe we can do that again and the derolling.
What I was saying is I am actually looking for therapy sessions to start them, because at some particular point I found out that maybe I had lost myself because I used to hide in theater and numb some part of me and try to forget about it. And I also noticed that not so many people consider the de-rolling part, because you finish a session and after that production, the much we usually do is maybe repost the beautiful moments that we went through. But even catching up with either the director or the actor that you were with on set is not much of like a session that people plan for. So the de-rolling for me, I used to do it like maybe hiding at home for a week or two. I go nothing, no communication, no nothing. But now since things changed in my life because I am a mother, I had now to look for something else. And now I am intentional in who is around me. While you're around me, what are we doing? Because as the way he has said, there are times that we do alcohol, to be specific, as that slight tipsy moment, ni blakey, for lack of a better word, I sleep and wait for the following day. And now the sad part is, when you wake up the following day, the problem is now twice as much when it hits you. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to my therapy sessions. I am both as a mother and then as a Beryl and then as an actor at that caliber. Yeah.
You're very articulate. I like it. I like mkona kizungu bwana. Okay, so we have just been touching on mental health and, you know, the arts in particular, these rates of suicide, the addictions to substances and all these things. It's a very real situation. Jumbona kuna spirits almost every 5 meters ukitembea. Kwani ni za nani? Nani anazitumia? Yeah, so let's talk about these things kindly. #Zoe in the morning. All right, tell me about your experiences. What is maybe the biggest production? When did you feel like enyewe sasa mini actor bwana buni heshimo? When you started telling people, yeah, I've done this. So you've watched this? Yeah, I've done that. Maybe I'll start with you, Derek.
Well, personally, I can't say that I've been in that much of a bigger production.
Oh,
like
bigger.
But I'm just being truthful here because I'm still on the journey of learning and growing, you know, being mentored, and the fact that this is what I study. So it's still a long way for me, but at least getting engaged with people outside there who have been in big productions, working with great directors like Stuart Nash and production like Sarafina and so on. Yeah, I can say it's a great experience. But I started off as a traveling theater actor. Oh. Yeah, that's my basis though. Though there is a background which I cannot expose here still because it was it's kind of rough. Yeah, ish, yeah. Yeah, a certain production which is kind of a secret, but it's there. So majorly, I started as a traveling theater actor, doing set books just immediately after Form 4. That's in 2018. Yeah, right. After that, came to Nairobi. Life became still unbearable. Did a little bit here.
Shamba la mawe.
Shamba la mawe. Nairobi linifunza. Yeah, but we were still doing it for the love of art.
Yeah.
Then joining Kenyatta University, I think it opened doors for more production there, working with production like Fifth Wheel Conservatoire, Nairobi Performing Arts Studio, majorly being mentored by great coach like Helen Tawali for the voice and stuff. Stuart Nash I've mentioned and so on. Yeah, Dirty Kitchen production, I think so. But my greatest achievement so far, maybe I can say, is during the Kid Fest 2022 last year, when we had a chance to perform Dead Men. That's the greatest production I can say has impacted my life, because Dead Men did a lot to me in understanding what this craft is all about. It exposed me to even what we are calling mental health right now we are talking about, because I realized a lot about the character I was performing, whose name is Doc. Actually, this is a person who's mentally he was not okay, but he is the head of the government and he's running the government. So you can really picture the kind of society he was really running, because this is a person who is not right upstairs, but he has people who are subject to him. So yeah, it really exposed me to a lot, knew a lot on how to handle that, and it still made me go through a lot of that mental health issues, because after that it was really tough and hard for me to get out of that character, because ilikuwa mambo na akili. Literally you had to mess up your head for you to be the character. So unapata get out of the role, you had to do a lot for it. So you had to take a break. Unapata after that I was going for an audition, but still when you waliniona kwa ile show anasema you're still Doc. You're still Doc. Even recently when I did a production for my classmates, the lecturer was like, you're still Doc. So ni kitu imekwama kwa akili, because it was such a tough experience for me. But I can say so far so good. We're still going on, working with the likes of Beryl here, both in traveling theatre and in commercial theatres. It's a good experience for me. Yeah.
You keep talking about Stuart Nash, man, like he's very Stuart, kumbe nimekuwa nimekudharau.
Stuart is really giving us an eye opener in the industry.
Yeah. He's the only reason nishaikuwa kwa musical. Yeah, I've never been in a musical before. That whole singing and dancing and acting at the same time, ilini confused. I don't think I've ever multitasked like that in my entire life. Okay, now the same question translated to you would be a bit deeper, because now I want to hear all the dimensions as a stage manager, as an actor, like hizo vitu zote. I'm not kind of kuwa director pia.
I received the blessing.
Amen.
Thank you. Well, I also started in set books. That was way back in 2013, after high school. And then after that I joined Fanaka Arts Production, still as an actress, doing set books here and there. And then I started seeing their shows for public shows, the ones they were doing for Kikuyus back in the day. And then I got interested in, because there was, after curtain call, you hear there's someone called a stage manager. And then, you know, but in set books, both a stage manager both acts and does the work.
Wow.
Yes, so you're like, why is this lady just set aside, or this gentleman set aside for stage managing? And then one time I just went and engaged with her, and she's like, I like being a stage manager because I get to understand and run things behind the scenes. Hence, it also boosts your skills as an actress, because now you have to understand the script, because apart from engaging the actors with their times, you as a stage manager, in case an actor or an actress gets like an emergency, you have to step in for them. And in those situations where you have been typecasted for one thing for the same time,
I was just about to ask that.
and then you get into a space where you will have to be versatile, and it's not like being prepared to be versatile to like a spur of a moment.
Baptized by fire.
Mnafika show mnaambiwa, Beryl, so is not coming. And that's it. That is what the director tells you, and then he leaves. When the director is not there, you take up the mantle and move with it for the actors not to feel the director is not in session. So after getting into that is when I met Marvin Kibicho. He's the producer of Son of Man Productions, and he was first doing shows in church, and it was amazing. I really loved it, and I'm like, maybe I could add one or two as a stage manager as I hone my skills into this space. Up until in 2019, where I met amazing director Martin Kigundu. We worked with him at Son of Man Production. And then now, 2019 December, I gave birth, so I took a break. 2020, I was supposed to come back stage managing. Then COVID did the thing. So it was again, break by force. Stay at home, look for something else to do. And then this year we did now a project with him, Echoes, and I was like, yeah, I had missed this, and there's that adrenaline I get in stage managing and running left, right, and center. And he can tell you, a different character while acting and a different character while stage managing. That because I love doing two things that are challenging me at the same time, because you know complacency do not bring the better out of you.
Si poleni basi, poleni. Mama mesikia Kizungu. Mkwa dhani najua Kizungu. No guys, English is not just for me. #Zoe in the morning. Please continue interacting with us by the way. Typecasting, has it ever happened to you? How do you feel about it?
I've always been typecasted.
Wallah?
Yeah, doing the villain character, this bad guy. rough. I've never done this kind of a lover boy character. I've only done it maybe once, and it was not working out. I realized it's not really working out, because every time you feel like you want to love, express love to somebody, you're kind of rough, because you're used to, you know, handling people roughly and so on, shouting at people, commanding. You're this authoritative kind of guy, you know. So it's really tough for me. It's something that I'm really trying right now to at least peel it off me, to be free for my body to experience so many characters, because most of the time I just reflect that if you give me a new character, I'll be like, no, this is not working out, because I don't feel the joy in doing it, because I'm used to that other character, kind of a character that's more, I want to just command you every now and then.
So you have a comfort zone.
Kinda.
Step out of the comfort zone. Step out
Kinda.
very fast.
But it's not a comfort zone, because every opportunity I get, the people are like, you can do that role. I've ever seen you there, so do this. So yes, you want to do the other role, but you know, you are not the boss. So people will be like,
how do you get out of that better? Because I honestly understand. Kwa hata mimi kuna time nilikuwa na typecastiwa sana.
Yeah, hata me, I fought with it for a long time. And I can see it for the first time this weekend. I am doing a character I have never done. Because as you for set books majorly, they look at your face, not even how you relate with people. They look at your face and they say, you're an introvert, so this character is for you, because yes, and then you're like, can't I experiment something else? So until you push out of that is when you actually get it. But it is a fight, it's a battle that you constantly have to prove that you do something else. Or you can also find some people that they tell you, okay, you want to try something else. Now they give you something weird. Like they tell Beryl, now do comedy. I'm like, okay, wait, chill. I was just asking for something to enhance my emotions. Because I think there's one director who told me, the reason why I have never given you a different thing is you did another traditional role so well. So me, as when I look at you, I just see a traditional person. And I'm like, suni pandisha tu cheo nikwe city girl mse, like kienyeji tu.
Kila saa.
Yeah, so yes, typecasting works, and you know, at some point, it's also us, the actors, who maybe entangle the director or the scriptwriter at that particular time. Because if I am loyal, we are loyal to the production, or we are diligent with our work, and the guy do not want ataki kazimi, like ataki mtu atampatia pressure. Because kuna wasanii wanaweza kupeleka kri for lack of a better word. So they're like, let me also, okay, this guy is willing to do this, and this one will take him to the ends, and then that is what it's what happens. Saa zingine inaweza kuwa maybe the script writer is more of Dero's type of thinking and character type. So anytime he sits and writes, he's like, oh my gosh, this is Dero. And then he continues. And then you find also Dero is like, yeah, this is me.
Yeah, this is really
He's not like, can't we try something? No, this is me. And then they go with it. At times it helps, but at times it limits, because now the limit comes when it's hard to de-roll, because you do something kufuatana, even your life now changes to that. There's a time I used to read Dero's status. I will say, guy, take a chill pill. Relax.
Psycho.
Relax. We usually call him Psycho. Even the warm-ups, we tell him, please do not do Psycho warm-ups. Do not kill us. Yeah.
Okay, there's a thing I've once had in this journey of mine as a presenter. I wasn't auditioning, my name came up somewhere to do something else. Similar type thing, entertainment like, yeah? So, nikasikia mtu amesema, we don't want to recycle presenters. Nikasema, okay. So, how do you answer such a person? Because that's not a creative talking. And if I take offense, that's not for me to take offense. That is not a creative talking. Because how? It's like saying Denzel Washington should just act one movie. Naksha act aende. In fact, we never want to see him again. Ni kama kusema Me, by the...
I feel you. I feel you.
So that nipumue. It's like saying to a production, anafaa tu kufanya
Yeah.
production moja. Even behind the scenes, you're only supposed to do one show and never do another one again. Like, how do you cope with such people who have a say, but they're not creatives?
I think that's forming a major problem even in our film. Let me just go to film because that's where I experienced that a lot. In our film, it's kind of an agenda that most people are pushing for because people who are down here, they don't want the actors always to be recycled. We keep on seeing the same, you know, Maria, we keep on seeing the same Pascal Tokodi every now and then. Yet there are people who want, Brenda Wairimu, there are people who have much more greater talent and they want to be there. But ukienda hapo naambiwa, hii role ni ya Brenda Wairimu, ashaichukua and so on. Okay, you are good, yes, but we've not seen you somewhere, so let us give Brenda Wairimu. We understand, of course, it's because of, you know, Gina, you know, you can attract also viewership and stuff, and then, but again, it's really good for them to recycle for that exactly when it comes to business purposes. It's helping. But when it comes to growing the industry, to me, I think, okay, this is my view. Recycling every now and then, doing with the same kind of people, it's not going to work for us if we want to move on. We really need to give chance for new people to come through because I believe great ideas, that one I can tell you for sure, are with these people who are still under, who have not been given opportunity. And I believe if they've been given a chance, they can really do great to improve our television programs, to improve our films, and put the creative economy on a higher level.
But if I may just agree with Beryl, I think sometimes directors don't want that extra trouble. Like nishaandika script, nimekukast, yes, you have potential, but sasa nikaa hapo nikutrain sasa for 5 more months.
But now
when this one has already... No, I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is, as budding artists, because me, si ati mimi ni famous, kindly, yes, kwa TV like that does not mean I'm famous. I think I need to put more effort. Like, let me not just demand the job just because I want it. You know, if Nani is supposed to have this job, okay, what is Nani doing different from me? Wacha nijigas, nijiongeze mwenyewe kama mtu, kabla hata nikuwe na hiyo taki, kabla nijieke hapo kwa meza, this is what I'm bringing to the table. Versus me just saying, oh, I'm new, stop, just put in the same people, even as we want a chance. No.
I think also to like maybe throw a spanner in the works, if we say like recycling, the person who you say that you haven't gotten the opportunity, how have you packaged your art? How have you packaged yourself? Truth be told, as much as we are theater fanatics, we're theater lovers, but what is your social media talking about? Can I tap into Beryl and actually see that she's doing something by the end of the day? Because the people that we say are being recycled, go to their social media, they're very active. They are in our faces. They are doing the work. And nobody wants, we only want to do the gram, we want to be in the gram for the lifestyle, but not the art. I just want to be the pretty Beryl, but not show, while Beryl akona mandoo, anatembea na huko nyuma. Atajuaje Beryl akiingia kwa kazi anaingia. So as much as we might complain that they're being recycled, but this person that has been on the line the whole time, go and look at the way ame package yake. How does the portfolio look like? Do you even have one? How is your bio created? That is now what speaks for you as an actor. And so theater is even risky because if you don't come to the theater, you will not see my work. So if I want you to see my work, what do I do? Have I gone to an extra mile to even invite you for a play? Have I invited that director? Have I invited that person that I wanted to work with? So it's also, the buck stops with me. If I want to be up there, let me package myself to make it easier for my work to speak, but not my words to speak. Yeah.
That's powerful. So let's not just want things by force. Let's be prepared to put in the work. Isikuwe tu kelele, or even worse, I know someone, my cousin's brother's uncle's father is Nani. So tusikwe hivyo nani. Let's be of substance. Please, kindly. Hata mimi najiambia, it's not just me pointing fingers. All right, so let's get to the meat of the conversation. You have a play coming. Tell me all about that.
Well, we have 2 plays. The first one is this weekend. It's called It Wasn't Me. We are the main characters. It's a 3 actors. It's 3 actors on stage, but it is more of me and him.
Wow.
And now him, I feel, is not having a challenge because the psycho bit. And then now there's Beryl who's being messed up with mentally in that art space. Yes, if I remove Nikipatia but it's quite a challenging play because it's a couple. It's a couple that one is a lawyer and she handles weird cases left, right and center, and every day fascinates her. And at the same point, she's also naive because there's some statements that she says, and then I'm like, Beryl, I will never say such a thing. Not me. After this play, I'm dumping that line. Yes, that's actually the character that I do. A lawyer who comes from work complaining about her work, and she's like, because I'm out of work, let me just come and enjoy life with my boo at home. And then I find my boo who's troubled at that time, only to find out later that he was actually playing with my mind.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. And then now there is my friend who I thought was naive, but now apparently she's the psycho. Yes.
It's the quiet ones.
Actually, she's not so quiet. She's bubbly. You know, you don't expect bubbly people to kill. The quiet ones are expected to kill. Like you look at Ben and they'll say, this one can kill. And then the bubbly ones, you're like, this one is so innocent.
She's so nice.
They can't. And then she's the one who kills in the play. So it's a challenge for me because the last role I did touched on my heart, core to the bone. So I took like a whole month to relax. And then now back to this.
The rolling is important.
It is, because that one was caged bad. And I think that was the best play I've ever done. And now being that it was also free, I had to go to the emotions and the lengths that I've never gone. And I think there's a quote I read where, for an actor, I don't actually necessarily have to cry to make the audience cry. Let me take you until you feel like I am crying, and you will cry on my behalf. And when I got that, I was happy. Though I was like, siningelia tu nimalize machozi hapo. But I went and cried at home later. But I felt fulfilled by the end of the day. Yeah, so that is It Wasn't Me at the Waterfront Karen. I'll just let him speak about his character. Yes. And that one I am acting and slightly stage managing. Unajua ukishapenda kitu unaji.
Wewe unapenda kufanya kazi. Like you're active. You just, you guys don't understand what stage managing is. It's not easy. And to do 2. And you are 3. How long is the play?
The play is 2 hours.
Yeah. Na mko watatu.
Yes.
2 hours.
Yes.
No intermission.
No intermission. And I'm telling you, personally, I'm not leaving the stage. I think I'm leaving just for 5 minutes and then I'm back.
Ndio uende stage manage wewe pia na overdo.
Si mimi script right andika hivyo. Acha sizi stage manage your time. I think saizi nawasaidia tu juu niko kwa unajua tuko na to cut to rehearsal but siku ya show hautanipata kwa stage managing
because we are hata mimi ninge complain bwana. All right, I want you to tell me a bit about your character and then the second play. So this first play is this weekend.
Yes,
yeah, this weekend. Yeah. So I'm playing the character Alan. Alan is a director in a certain production, and he's married to
Eva.
Yeah, Eva is a lawyer.
Hey, art and law.
Yeah, art and law, something of that. So Alan is this guy who has realized that the wife has betrayed him because the wife has slept with his best friend.
Innocently.
They call it involuntary adultery. Can you imagine that?
Involuntary
adultery.
Umesema hii play ni Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Waterfront Karen.
Yes.
Yes. So he knows everything. He has the entire tea, but he's just trying to manipulate Eve to see whether she really can come out and speak for herself. But already in his mind, he knows the entire thing, everything that happened, because even he himself is the one who gave the best friend custody to the house.
It was involuntary.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
So at this particular time, he uses an excuse of he has killed that guy, and the guy is in the kitchen. The body is lying in the kitchen, just to mess around with the wife to see where all this thing can go to.
My head is aching. Who wrote that script?
So the guy is a psycho because he's using all this death thingy to manipulate the wife, get information, tell the wife that you are going down with me anyway, your career is just going to be destroyed that way, you have to. And at the same time also, he himself has slept with the best friend.
Tell me if that is not a
Kanairo. I mean, more in a sound ni Kanairo described in a script.
So I think it's not even the Kanairo thingy, because the only thing that's making it unique is all of them know, both of them know. Though she doesn't know that I've slept with the best friend, even the script ends when she doesn't know. But me, I know that she has slept with my best friend, but still life goes on. Like, we are not even fighting, we're just, I just want explanation, how did it happen? Just tell me.
And
everything is just going on.
Details?
Okay, it's helping me in writing my play.
Yes.
Because my former play flopped.
That's
So
why
I'm
Based
using
on true
this
events.
to write my next play, which I'm planning to be like to have it as a comeback, a major comeback.
I'm
in
done
the
with you,
industry.
Alan. Derek, I'm not done with you, but Alan, I am done with you. All right, tell me about tell me about the second play we have to one. Time always runs out when you're having a really good time. Okay, just briefly tell me about the second play.
So this one, just to add more, it is being produced by 2 Hours Sunset. It's at Karen Waterfront. Friday is 7 p.m., Saturday is 6 p.m., and then Sunday is 6 p.m. Charges are 2,000 bob at Karen. And the next one, that one now I am stage managing and production managing. It's being produced by Son of Man Productions. Both plays are written by Marvin Kibicho. It's a play by Marvin Kibicho, a brilliant scriptwriter and a director. He is a psycho, I can say that, because him and Dero are quite
the same.
But he writes amazing things and things that actually messes up with your mental space. And now this one is talks more about the PTSD, state of the emergency in 1952, a soldier who went to World War II. And then after the World War II, there's someone here, the brother-in-law died. And because of that guilt, because he had given that order, he actually decides not to come back home immediately and then goes back to the war to fight a war that doesn't engage him, the war between the Germans and the Britons, just to...
Well, okay, I'm afraid I have to cut you short over there, but just one more time, your social media handles, and remind us the time again of the 2 plays.
It's okay, so this one is on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and then Friday on 7 p.m. Drums of War, that is on 30th of April at Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo. We have a show at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Our tickets for Drums of War are at mook.com. They are the advanced tickets there, and then there's the ones at the gate. Maybe they can just check our social media handles for maybe flash sales to come. So there's at Son of Man Productions. My personal one is at Berry Londo. And then we have at Mavela, Marvin Kibicho, the director. And then we have at Michelle Tyers, at Naomi, the actress, at Prince Della, he's also in that play. And then we have at Saisi, the poet. Yeah.
All right, there you have it, at Y254 on Facebook. Keep it Y in the morning. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.